gang, hello lovers. Today is a special edition, but first and foremost, thank you to everybody that's recently joined the Cool Clan. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We see you. We'd love to answer everybody in the comments. It's a bit hard, but we try. It's the gang. Thank you so much for still being a part of the family. We love you. Today, I have my parents. I have my mama bear and I have my papa bear, and we're going to talk all things marriage. And I'm going to ask them a few questions. Papa Bug is actually behind the camera.
What's up, guys? What's up, lovers?
So he is very here. So I'm going to be asking them a couple of things about marriage and hear their take, and just a word of encouragement to all young couples and old, because you're never too old for encouragement. So, Mama and Papa, hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Dad, say hi.
Hi.
Oh, Dad, don't hi. Okay, firstly, number one, Dad, how long have you been married for? A lot of men really don't know usually how long they've been married for. How long have you been married for?
42 years now.
42 years. Astounding. Mama, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the marriage have been married for 42 years. Tell me, what was the foundation of your marriage? 42 years. I mean, there must be some sort of foundation. Big foundation for 42
The foundation
years.
in this marriage is trust. It's to trust each other. It's love, but most of all, because love can sometimes disappear. But now, the most important thing here is trust. And God first and us second, both of us.
That is one right.
Yeah, okay. It has been one of the easiest things to do. As a man, from my side, obviously, as the head of the family, I have to be an example. And then now, with that, I had to lead the way, and then be selfless. And once you are selfless, you give the other partner an opportunity not to become selfish. So you have sorted out the problem of competition amongst yourselves. Because if you are selfless, you're not worried about yourself. At all times, you're worried about her as a man. So that's what really kept us going. Even if she fumbles and she made mistakes, it's not for me to carry the grudge, say, hey, this and that and that. I always make sure I come second and she comes first. So that's what kept us going. Until this 42 years, up until now. She calls the shots and then I follow. I only guide. Say, no, here it looks like no. But it's not going to be that emphatic no as if I'm a tyrant and no. With love, say no, but here no. And then there won't be arguments. Because there's no self from my side. Otherwise she can be herself and become selfish. But it's not going to affect me because I'm selfless. So it means now I tend to become her.
Mom, would you say Uguti Imshado needs to also be founded on friendship? When no Papa, were you guys friends for 40? Have you been friends for 42 years? Or Mantala, were you friends?
We didn't know each other. We did not know each other. There was no, like today, you guys, you said you date and maybe date for 5 years or 2 years or 3 years. Tina, there was not that. He came and tell me that he wants to marry me. He didn't even say, I love you. He said he wants to marry me. And after that, he came to my parents and told my parents that he wants to marry me. He asked to marry me. And that time, parents love that. Somebody when there was nothing like umjolo at that time. There was, do you want my child or no? Do whatever. So he came and said he wants to marry me, and I said yes. And then we started to know each other after marriage. Problem with us that time, submission was inside us. Because submission started at home. Because when you submit to your parents, when your parents say this it's not right, that is not right, and it's submission. You start submission there. And then when he comes and say he wants to marry you, already the submission, it's in my blood. And already what I knew on the way of our marriage is that he needs to love me, because I wanted love, and he showed
So,
me
Mama,
love.
would you say submission is when your husband easily loves you, you're able to submit? Is
Yes,
that what submission
Mina,
is?
if I could bring it back manje to say umuntu wesilisa I need to submit kuye, and I want him to love me, show me that he loves me, because to love, when a man loves you, it's easy for a woman to submit, very easy. And trust, submission, trust kuwe muntu wesifazane to your husband means a lot, because you like I see today, young people are fighting to see their phones, who has phoned you today, or he came late, where are you from, and whatever. When you trust your husband, there's no need even you must call or why you and whatever. There are those things, because you trust him, and now yourself, he will never do that, because he loves you. He knows that I've got a woman, I've got somebody that I love. I would, because he's afraid of you, but because there's love.
Yikes. Also, a man must love his wife for a woman to easily submit to him. That is, yeah. Dad, what do you think the men in our generation lack compared to men in your time?
Yeah. Well, there's this generation gap that we have now. In our time, really, when we say man is the head of the family, we meant that in all respects. I wouldn't expect my wife to go out there, work and do this and that, trying to get money. No, but I would make sure I provide everything. When I met my wife, she was working and she was doing this and that. I didn't even care what she gets. Whatever she got was hers. I didn't even want to know how much she gets. And then when she wants this, and then I have to give her money. You want this, you want. I won't say, hey, you're working, what are you doing with your money? This is how it was. And then, well, with me, this is how it still is. See, I don't even want to know what she's doing with her, whatever money she gets now, because I'm the provider. And then now, I know you guys, lately you're saying,
50-50.
times are the same, times are no longer the same,
Yeah.
Things are different. There's nothing different here, honestly. See, because once you go into this marriage thing, like I always say, selflessness is the key. I'm not going to think about myself, whatever I do. That's why you guys have got competition, because there is self in this. It's me, it's my wife there. There are two people now. And my Bible doesn't teach me that. The two become one. Okay, so you guys, your problem today is competition amongst yourselves.
As a couple.
As a couple, you want to be the best. He wants to be the best. And unfortunately trying to be the best for each other. You're saying, I want to be the best for her, but now at her expense, unfortunately, or at his expense. You see. But if you were to look at it from this point where I say selflessness, with me, it's not about me. It's about her. Once it's about her, there's nothing I'm going to do that will hurt her. Because before you do anything stupid, you pick it up and say, but no, this is not going to be good for her. Why? Because you have just become her. Do unto others as you would like them do unto you. That must be the principle. Then you know whatever I'm going to do here, is it going to be good for her or not? It's not about you. Now guys like hanging out. It's fine. Give your wife space to do whatever she wants to do. But would you like her to give you space? She's not home for 2-3 days. She's giving you space. Are you going to be happy? The answer is a big no. And then why do you do it? If you won't take it.
Sure. Bad.
Don't go away in the name of, I'm going to do it for you. I'm working for you. You see now you're talking about her, and then for you, everything is about her. But who's doing what? It's me. That's self again.
Yeah.
See, as the man, that's why I'm not home. I'm away. I'm going to work for you. I'm going to do this for you. When you got married, she didn't marry this man who's going to be away all the time. Otherwise, she would have stayed at her place with other men. And then wait until you come 3 weeks later and then to come and see her. But the reason why she got married to you as a man is she wanted to be with you 24/7.
Sure.
And then, is it possible? Yes, it is. If you want to know, come for some advice.
Mom, Upa Pushilo, what men like? What do women like? You need problem about this person.
They need love, number one. Number two, they need bafuna nagegelo.
What are they doing wrong? You think what are we doing wrong in our marriages?
The women of today,
yes,
they want to be men. They want to take the space of men. There's a man in their house who can put globes. There's a man in their house who can fix the chair. There's a man in their house who can come and fix some things. But because we now today, youth, the young women and young women of today, they can do it. There's two men inside the house.
They're both hard.
Yes.
No softness in the house.
A man wants to be cooked for. Ufuna isandla sakho. Umuntu osilisa ufuna isandla sakho. He wants to know ukuthi uyazi ukuthi unkosikazi wami umethi ushaya idombolo or uma ipheka umhodu or make pheka ini ngiyazi ukuthi angeke ayodla mina umama ngikhule ethi kimi zilungise wena indoda yakho make isemsebenzini ayibuye ugezile uclean and then cook for your husband ukuthi make ebuye athole lelo plate lishisa liphuma kuwo not uthathe yabona abantwana banamhlanje uthi helper must cook for her husband. That's not the lokhuza yomshado ukuthi umthetho. That's not the rule of the marriage ukuthi a helper must cook for her husband.
Yeah.
A wife must cook for her husband, for umyeni wakhe. Uma Abrahama ethumela ukuthi kuyofunwa unkosikazi for umntanakhe wathi ama helpers wonke laba amakamela wathi ukuthi bazombona ukuthi unkosikazi uye ofanele umntanakhe wathi uAbraham manje nake bazombona ngokuthi aphe amakamela wonke amakamela kusho ukuthi ngamanye amagama amanzi uzothi mayisakha amanzi aphe wonke amakamela. Kusho ukuthi a woman okuwuye
Yeah.
angeke abheke indoda yakhe kuphela.
Yebo.
Uzobheka
Isizwe.
Yeah, family. Umuntu wesifazane uye owakhayo umuzi wakhe. Bathi uyawakha umuzi wakhe futhi uyawuchitha ngezandla zakhe.
Yeah.
So awuthi uma sebafikile ifamily or abobani
Abakamehlo makhulu.
bese uthi hayi bafikile bese uhlala ngale kamerweni. You need to cook. You need to
Take care
give
of
them food. You need to take care of them. You need to awuthandi yena yedwa, uthanda ngisho nefamily yakhe. So into engifuna ukuyisho ukuthi intsha yanamhlanje ikhohlwe the main thing yokuthi your husband, you need to take care of your husband. That's it.
Sure. Okay, guys, you've heard it from our mom and dad. Mom, dad, last words of encouragement to young couples, marriages, people who may be going through a lot right now and thinking their marriages are not going to make it to the other side. What are your last words and encouragement to them?
Yeah, guys, my best advice will be never raise your voice when talking to your wife, and then never shout at her when you are amongst people. If there's anything that will really make you mad, it's when you're trying to correct her, when there are many people here and trying to tell her what she did wrong. Talk to her in private and be gentle at all times. She is human, she makes mistakes like you do. And then, as I said, apply this notion, do unto others as you let them do unto you. Before you do anything, make sure whatever you do to somebody, you'll be able to take back when it's done to you, and then you will love it. This world would have been a better place, but unfortunately, that's not what it is right now. But we can still do it, because we can change and say, yeah, now from here going forward, never compete with my wife on anything. I'll always, and then as a man, make sure humility is the key. I spoke about selflessness, and then now there's this word humility, because that word is power in control. If you've got that word, if you've got humility within you, you've got power in control. You've got the power to control anything, because I've never seen anybody being harsh to somebody who's humble. You'll try to become harsh, and then all this, realize this guy is not even fighting me, and he's no intention at all. You become a fool if you become aggressive.
Sure.
But this person is so humble. So if you use that as a weapon, humility, you must know you've got power. And then, as I said, that word is humility, is where it's power under control. So that's my best advice, because without humility, you'll never make it. Every time you jump, as I say now, the self will come in, because you're not humble. But selflessness and that word humility, those two are key in every marriage situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I can say is that, especially to women, young women, when you want your marriage to last, be a wife, as the Bible says. I'll read now, as the Bible says in Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 22. ukuthi manje ke men love your wives and women submit to your husbands. And into engifuna ukuyisho experience to help you as a young woman ukuthi play your part as a woman so that your husband may love you. Don't compete with your husband. Be a woman. Do what God. iBhayibheli lithi we are helpers. We help.
Yeah.
We don't control. We help. And with humbleness, as Papa has said, with humbleness we help. As a woman, Niule 41 years, 42 years, because Papa loved me. And angizange nama struggle ukuthi fanele ngisubmit. Submission it was not my problem. Ukuthi ngifanele ngifosteke, ukuthi fanele ngiguqe ngedolo. Angizange ngimlethele itiye ngiguqe ngedolo. Bengimbekela etafuleni adla ngalendlela afuna ukudla ngakhona. I know ukuthi uthandani nakathandi. I knew ukuthi yini into angayithanda. So submission, it's very easy. And it's very easy for your men to love you when you do your job. uNkulunkulu akulethele yona kulo mshado ukuthi uyenze. And the most important thing to young women, include God. Mshado wakho nganaNkulunkulu shem. Hayi, ngiyakutshela. You need umuntu wesifazane idolo sisi liyafuneka. Fanele uhlale edolweni. Pray for your men. Ngicela ukufunda kancane nje la. Scripture sami. uNkulunkulu uphuma phambili. God first. Pray for your family.
Yeah.
Pray for your family. Ephesians, not Corinthians. Ephesians 5 verse 22. Ngicela uyifunde.
It's in Ephesians
5 verse 22.
Verse 22. Okay. Wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave up for her to make her holy, cleansing. Let me repeat that. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless.
So iloko nginishiyana lawo magama ukuthi wife, submit to your husband. Husband, love your wives, and as Christ loved the church. Into engifuna ukuyisho ukuthi uNkulunkulu ningambekele eceleni bantwana bami. uNkulunkulu akube ubuye phambili. uNkulunkulu uyozonisolvela wonke ama problems wenu. As a woman, stay in prayer. Don't miss uNkulunkulu. Ungamshiyi uNkulunkulu. Hlale edolweni umkhulekele umyeni wakho. And the last thing I want to say to women is that be an example to your children. Abantwana bakho, abantwana benu bafunde kini, both you, your husband and you. Bazokhula. That's why today the world is like this. Kunama divorce amaningi, kunezinto eziningi. It's because umuntu wesilisa akayidlali iphathi yakhe, umuntu wesifazane ushiyile iphathi yakhe, uthathe iphathi yomuntu wesilisa. siswape amaphathi, umuntu wesilisa ujika abe umuntu wesifazane, umuntu wesifazane abe umuntu wesilisa. So asidlala amaphathi wethu. So please guys, let's do what God has ordained. Ukuthi husband loves your wives, wives submit to your submission will never be a problem to you wives, and don't allow anybody to
Come in
between you, and don't allow another person to do what I was supposed to do to my husband, and my husband to do for what he wants to do for me. Let's play our part.
Cool Clan, you've heard it. It's not from me or Papa Bag, from our examples. That's how we have a duty to Ululibo to make this work. They did, so can we. Selflessness, humility, submission, love, and trust. Those are the words I picked up. I don't know from you. But thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share. And stay safe and keep sanitizing and stay home. Love you guys and Papa Bug behind.